Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about cord cutting. Uh, what is it, why you do it, and how to do it. I'm going to actually show you. So before we get into that, what is cord cutting? Cord cutting is a spell to actually energetically cut ties with somebody. Sometimes we have relationships with people and it's really difficult to cut the tie with them and move on. Yeah? So a cord cutting spell can really help you move on, and it can really energetically push their energy away from you. Okay? If it's done right and all of that. So I'm going to teach you and show you how to do it right. Now, the first thing that you're going to need is 2 candles. One to represent you and the other to represent them. Now let's talk about color. You can use any color. White is universal for everything, all right? But let me give you some examples, all right? I would say know your colors of your candles and what they do, what they represent, okay? So let's say that you're trying to break free from like a narcissistic partner, a really abusive situation or whatever. I would say use a black candle representing the negativity that they hold, right? And you can use the white candle for you, or you can use like a pink candle representing self-love, to help you kind of move on and give you a little extra oomph and boost, right? So who can you do cord cutting spells for? Anybody. If you want to break free from a nasty coworker, if you want to a family member, a partner, anybody really, you can use a cord cutting spell for. And let's get into it. So really, honestly, to do a cord cutting spell, really the only thing you truly need is 2 candles and some string. That's it. I'm going to show you some variations, but really the basics of it is that's all you need. All right, so let's get into this and I'll give you some tips and tricks, and we're going to set up a cord cutting spell, okay? So one moment. Okay guys, so I'm back. Let's do this. So basically, for a basic cord cutting spell, all you need is 2 candles and some string, okay? Here's a tip. If you have a little tea light candle, I couldn't find a tea light, but I'm using this one. But if you have a little candle like this, white is the best, but it's okay if it's another color. So you light that. If you have one of those, light that, and that's to help you put the candles down on your plate, whatever plate. Make sure you use something that's fireproof and strong. This I got from the Dollar Tree, and it's metal and it works great, and you can get like 10 of these for, you know, they're $1. So all right, now if you are trying to like break from a really bad relationship, like I said, I would use a black candle, okay? So for this case, I'm not going to use these because these are like 5 hours to get down. So I'm going to use the little chime spell candles. These are bigger than the typical smaller chime candles. So I'm going to use a black one to represent all the negativity I'm cutting out of my life, and a pink one for self-love for me. All right, now you can put oil on these and herbs that meet and match your intentions if you want, but you don't have to. Okay, the other thing I suggest is carving your name into your candle and carving the other person's name into the other candle, and focusing your intentions on what you want to happen. You want to energetically cut ties with this person and focus and kind of meditate on that for a second, okay? Now, the other thing I want to say is that you don't need this, like I said, but if this is somebody that you fear, if this is somebody that you're afraid is going to keep coming back and you just don't want them to come back, I have some extra added tips. You can use black salt, okay? And you can use like white salt. I have pink salt here. For me, pink salt represents self-love, okay? And this one is my Mac Daddy of Power right here. This is graveyard dirt, okay? I know it has other uses, but I also use it to completely cut ties and surround them. It's kind of like a get back. So if you, like, I'm like a gray witch, so I will do some things that are kind of like, right? Not very much, but a little. But this is kind of like a really strong shield. And what you do is, you put the candles up, okay? You put the candles up, and what you do with the salt, okay, is you put a line like this. Right in the middle, you put a line of salt, okay? So you just like boop, 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 all the way down, line of salt. And every time you do a spell, you need to envision your intention and the outcome. You need to see the outcome before it happens. So you need to see it as they just aren't willing to, they just aren't really wanting to mess with you anymore. They're not willing, they're not wanting to come at you anymore, okay? This blocks them. You see this kind of as a wall that blocks them from the energy of wanting to come at you anymore in any type of way, all right? So after you have carved your name into your candle and their name into the other candle, how to get them to stay, well, let's not get too hasty. So you're gonna need some string, okay, and cut a good size amount, because you're gonna want to wrap it around both and have a little bit of space in between, okay? So cut it. You'll get good at this. The more times you do a cord cutting, the more you'll kind of know, okay, that's enough string. You know. So my suggestion is, if you're gonna put oil on the candles, or herbs or anything like that, put this, tie the string to them first, okay? So you're gonna tie the string, all right? And even when I'm doing this, I'm seeing the bond that I have with this person, and it's about to get cut, okay? And then you're going to tie the other side to the other person, okay? Like so. Okay. I usually like to tie 3 knots. Power of 3, right? Okay. And then you're going to wrap, and you're just going to, and you're going to wrap them. I know you can't see it, but I'm wrapping them together. And I'm just making them come together, as you can see. Okay. And so you definitely want them to stay on the plate. Okay. You see how I did that? You're like, no. But, and it looks like this. Okay. It wraps around. And so this is where this comes in. So I like to just get it hot on the bottom just for a second. Oh, all right. See, let me mess up while I'm doing a video. Okay. You can also just pour the wax, okay? You'll get better at this the more you do them, okay? All right, there we go. Now, like I said, if you're wanting extra protection, you could even put, for something I like to do, I like to put the pink salt around my candle, representing self-love, and that I'm protected and none of the negativity can come to me, okay? All self-love, okay? And protection in love, all right? So bada boom, bada bing. There we go. Okay, now I don't have anybody right now that I need to cut ties with or cords with, so, but I do want to cut cords to negative thinking and negativity. So I'm just, because I'm doing this as an example, I'm going to, and what I see as this is like putting it in a circle around it, around the candle, is I'm binding it and its energy, the person, the thing, the energy right there. It's being contained and it won't come over. All right, and this will help that if you use a bigger candle, that the wax will not touch. That's kind of the purpose. You do not want them to touch. Okay, it's not that serious, so we can put away the graveyard dirt. All right, now then I'm gonna focus and think of my intention, and I'm gonna light them. Okay, now I'll come back and show you when it gets closer to the actual string. Okay, so we're getting close to when it's going to catch fire, the cord between what I want to release is going to catch fire. I want to say that never leave this unattended. Here we go. Never leave it unattended, and make sure that you're focusing on your goal, your intention for why you're doing the spell in the first place. Alright, so it's starting to catch fire. It's also a good tip to have some water around, or just use your salt. I normally don't use water if things kind of go out of control sometimes. I use my salt and throw it on it, and it immediately will stop the fire. It happens. And also I want to say, make sure that you start learning and getting familiar with how the flame is going. Is it a short flame? Is it dancing around? Does it seem aggressive? How your candles burn, okay? So now the process of cutting the cord is started, and we'll see how it ends. Okay. Again, I'm doing this to release all negativity from my life. And you'll start to learn how to read your spells, read your candles and the wax and how it burns and how it goes down and all of that. So there you have it, guys. That is a basic cord cutting spell. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or concerns. Wow, it is burned the candle almost in half. I've never seen this before. Wow, and there we go. So what I'm picking up intuitively about what's going on here is that I was hanging on to my negativity, and now that I'm choosing to release it, it folded like a table. Okay, and yeah, there you have it. So let me know if you have any questions or concerns or anything, but that's a cord cutting spell, guys. I hope this helped at least one person. Thank you, and many blessings to you all.